In this video, I'm going to look at working with grouped worksheets, and you have been using grouped worksheets to some extent before this with the printing to get your footers and headers to print on all the pages in your workbook. But I'm going to look at grouping worksheets to do formatting and to add formulas in this video. So I'm starting out with the New Mexico workbook from Tutorial 6 in your textbook, and I'm just going to take a quick look at this workbook. You can see how this screen is set up here, this worksheet, and if we go to quarter 2, you'll note that the layout is the same as it is on quarter 3 and quarter 4. So I'm going to go back to the quarter 1 worksheet, and then I'm going to point to the quarter 4 worksheet. I'm going to hold down the shift key on the keyboard and click quarter 4, and then up here in the title bar it should now show that my worksheets are grouped. So whatever I do in one worksheet will be done in all of the worksheets in the group. So the first thing I'm going to do here is add a formula to add up the ticket sales for adults. And I'm going to click in cell A13 and then click on the auto sum button. And as long as this is including the range of numbers that I want to add, I'm going to go ahead and press enter. And then I'm going to use my fill handle to drag that formula across. Now if I go to quarter 3, or quarter 2 rather, excuse me, I see that the formula has been added here as well. So I've quickly added that formula to all 4 of those worksheets. Now the thing to remember if you're setting up worksheets like this so that you can group them and format them all at once and add the formulas all at once is that the worksheets must have the same layout. For example, the animal habitat label must be in A6 on all 4 worksheets. Another advantage of using grouped worksheets is that I can get a lot of formatting done in just one or 2 steps. So I'm going to go ahead and format these worksheets after I add totals to cell A13. The word totals, and then I'm just going to increase the indent on that a little bit. So the next thing I want to do is format my worksheet. So I'm going to make all of the titles in the worksheet bold. So I'm going to select all of those titles, and I'm using Control click, of course, to select the non-adjacent ranges. And then once I have those selected, I'll just click on the bold button. And then the next thing I want to do is merge and center some of the titles in the worksheet. So I'm going to merge and center the main titles over B1 through E1, and again I will use Control click to do that. Then these subtitles here, I'm going to merge and center B1 or B4 and C4 and D4 and E4. So once I have all those selected, I'll just click on the Merge and Center button. I'm also going to center the column headings, and then I'm going to apply number styles to my values down here. For the ticket sales, B6 through C13, I'm going to apply the comma style with 0 decimal places. And then for the sales, D4 through or D6 through E13, I'm going to apply the accounting number format, also with 0 decimal places. Then finally, I'm going to add a bottom border to the column titles and to the last figures in the table in row 12. So I'll select both of those ranges and then just click my border button, making sure that bottom border is selected. So there I have this worksheet formatted, but if I click on quarter 2 and quarter 3 and quarter 4, you'll notice that I have all of those worksheets formatted as well. I also notice that some of the items in column A here are being cut off, so I do need to increase the column width to 24, and I will be done with all of my formatting then. So when I'm finished with my working with my worksheets in a group, I want to be sure to ungroup them so I don't accidentally change something in all of the sheets that I didn't mean to. So there are a couple ways that you can do this. You can point to one of the worksheets in the group, the Sheet tab, and right-click and choose Ungroup from the shortcut menu. Or you can click on a sheet tab that is not part of the worksheet group. For example, in this workbook, I can click on the documentation sheet. And I know that my sheets are now ungrouped because the group notation has gone from my title bar. In the next video, I will look at using 3D cell references.